Refusing to date black women is racist? I mean, if you think about it, it kinda is, right? Here's the definition of racism. It's basically where you discriminate on another race because you think your own race is superior. In other words, if you're a white guy who thinks white women are hotter than black women, and therefore say you won't date black women, sounds a lot like racism.
And yet later in the video you argue that from an evolutionary perspective you would want to date a black woman and have interracial children. So then I ask you, Greg Onision, why the hell did you fuck a white bitch? Popped out a white child. Is that not a bit hypocritical considering that your stance on the issue? And no, having a preference does not mean discrimination. Do you really know what discrimination means? It means treating people differently, less, because of a disability, because of their sexual orientation, because of their skin color. If I say that I'm not attracted to people who are Asian, does that mean that I'm treating them differently because I'm not attracted to them? No. Am I treating a black woman less of a human being because she's black? No. Am I attracted to her? No. Does that mean that I'm racist because I'm not attracted to her? No. The word beauty in of itself is a very subjective term. What you find attractive, what I find attractive, is completely subjective to every single individual. Every single person has their own idiosyncratic aesthetic and preference of what they prefer on people. And what's even a bit more ironic, considering that your video here, which I'm not going to include any more video of it because just hearing your voice was enough to make my ears bleed, is the fact that what you're proposing in this entire video I've seen completely utterly reversed. But of course you'll probably say black people can't be racist, blah, 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 whatever. I've used applications a couple years back like Tinder. When I first started using Tinder back when it first came out, I noticed something, that when I would go across a profile of a black woman who I liked, or press the like button, I'd read her profile, and she would say, no white guys, not interested in dating white guys. Was I offended the fact that she wasn't interested in in dating white guys? No, I just said, oh, okay, she's not into that, that's her preference. She likes big black cock. And you know, I don't judge her for that. I don't say that she's racist for that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that because every single person is subjective in terms of what they find attractive, and that is okay. That is natural. Aesthetic preferences is not discrimination. The fact that you actually think that if I don't find a black woman relatively attractive and I find a woman who is white or blonde hair attractive, whereas a black woman I don't find as attractive, that means that I'm racist is completely mind-blowing to me, because now you've applied the word racism to mean simply not attracted to something. I'm not attracted to my dog. Does that mean that I'm somehow inherently racist towards black pets because they're both black? I just don't have a preference to fuck animals, literally. And could you not use this same line of reasoning for someone who is inherently gay? Yeah, she's a lesbian. I said I'm a lesbian. You know, that's the misconception. Secret that you guys didn't know that. I'm secretly a lesbian. But she's not going to be attracted to, men. LGBT people are discriminated against all the time. Lesbian who is white doesn't find an LGBT woman who is black attractive. She's inherently racist too. Race deals with character traits. Character traits, I don't really consider character traits to be the color of your skin. It's something that you can't really develop. Whereas racism is a learned behavior, is something that you learn, something that you work towards thinking in a fucked up manner, into where you discriminate and treat people differently because of their skin color. I have never treated somebody differently than their skin color. I myself am not attracted to people who are from China, Japan, or any other Asian country around the world. Point being, going back to what I originally said, beauty, attractiveness, is completely subjective to people. You can't rule out subjective attraction and preferences and generalize all people who don't think the same way that you do, that not finding a black woman attractive inherently makes you racist. What matters most is how you treat people on your day-to-day life. Doesn't matter what their skin color is, doesn't matter what nationality there is, doesn't matter what hair color they have, or if the fact that Scarlett Johansson is blue. Scarlett Johansson, even though she's blue and you showed in your video, is still attractive. It doesn't change with her skin color. And I would say that with the argument you use of showing people with a beautiful white woman who then has darker skin, you wouldn't be attracted to that. No, if someone's attracted to somebody, they're not gonna become unattractive just because of their skin color. It doesn't work that way. If you truly love somebody, you're going to love them despite if they had a disease which like impigmented their skin to where their skin got darker or something. I don't know. I'm just using that as an example. It's still the same face though. It's still the same complexion. It's just that their skin color is different. Like I prefer people to be really, really, really white because I'm part Finnish. I'm naturally like a ghost already. Kind of like yourself, Greggy. I just don't have as many pimples on my back. Would I be against ever dating a black woman? No, I'm not against it. Have I ever been physically attracted to a black woman? Very, very few. But even the women that I was attracted to who were black, the issue wasn't the fact that I wouldn't date them because they're black. It's because their personality was utter shit. Their character qualities, the way they acted, the way they treated people were utter shit. And I'm not gonna say what those things were, but sometimes I'll just say stereotypes can be a little bit accurate. And stereotypes necessarily aren't always bad. So to answer your question, Greg, no, it's not inherently racist to have a preference. And I go back to my first question. If you're so strongly an advocate of interracial fucking and popping out children, why the hell did you fuck a white lesbian? Or should I refer to her as a he? Or a she? Or are you a him? Fuck, I don't understand her pronouns, goddammit.